Oh, still in the mess of dramatic gale of defections, unknown sources of killings, in the security challenges the country faces, crossing over the rule of law, individuals have taken to social media asking of what significance is the visit of two of some of the world's most important leaders, British Prime Minister Theresa May and the German Chancellor Angela Merkel, to Abuja. Much of the visit by May was greeted by unfavorable comments in South Africa about Nigeria, wherein she said that Nigeria is home to the highest number of the world's very poor people, based on the latest global rankings by the Brookings Institute a few weeks ago. German Chancellor Angela Merkel is being accompanied to Nigeria by a German business delegation. At the meeting, a memorandum of understanding was signed between the German African Business Association and the Nigerian Association of Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, the CIMA. While some people have lauded the visit, others chided the president for not making best use of their visit. What more could the president have done about their visits? Data feeds are coming through in one place simultaneously on all our social media networks, channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Follow us right now on m.channelstv.com and on Facebook as well. We've got all our platforms and social media covered. Be part of the show. Tweet at Gimba Umar CTV. Use the hashtag State of the Nation. Let's get your thoughts in. A presidential aspirant on the platform of the Alliance for New Nigeria, ANN, Mr. Fela Durotoye, has called on Nigerians to come up with solutions to solve the nation's problems. Mr. Durotoye made a call on Thursday in Abuja, the nation's capital, after defeating 12 other aspirants to emerge as the consensus candidate of the presidential aspirants coming together, packed 13 presidential aspirants across different political parties, including ANN, the All Progressives Congress, the APC, and the Young Progressives Party, YPP, among others, formed a coalition called PACT with a view to choosing one candidate whom they would support in the 2019 general elections. The YPP presidential candidate, though, Kingsley Moghalu, pulled out of PACT after Fela Durotoye's emergence as consensus candidate, saying PACT didn't produce a truly consensus candidate. What does this mean to the YPP and PACT, who is determined to win the presidency in 2019? Much more are still coming through. INEC has explained why it is ending the continuous voter registration today, August the 31st. National Commissioner Solomon Shoebi cited the need for ample time to effectively make some preparations ahead of the 2019 general elections. In his words, we need nothing less than 150 days to do the duplications, production of the cards, the integration process and signing of the register before the elections in 2019. We'll listen to the public outcry and extend it by 2 weeks. You recall that we extended it on August the 17th this year. That was even the time when we embarked on the 2019 elections by giving out a notice for the process. August 14th, INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu explained that the move was necessary to enable Nigerians who had yet to be registered to do so. What does this mean to Nigerians and the electoral empire? What more can be done to have more people registered to vote in 2019? Are the people docile, or is INEC's processes a source of worry for those who are unable to register? Well, it's prime time here in Lagos, and this is State of the Nation. Welcome everyone to Nigeria and the rest of the world. I am Gimba Umar and this is State of the Nation. Be part of the show. Tweet at Gimba Umar CTV and use the hashtag State of the Nation. Let's get your thoughts in. The gross domestic product, the GDP report released on Monday by the National Bureau of Statistics, the NBS, has left some analysts concerned about some sectors, especially the agriculture and manufacturing sectors, including oil and gas. The report for Q2 2018 showed that GDP slowed, growing by 1.50% in the second quarter, as against the 1.95% growth in the first quarter of 2018. Although the GDP Q2 report shows positive growth, the key sectors, however, did not perform positively. Let's get a broader analysis of the figures. Muda Yusuf is the Director General of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. He joins me on the show, and I want to thank you so much indeed for coming on the show at this time.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
But just before we go into the figures from the NBS and the GDP figures, let me get your reactions very quickly, because we know that Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor, did visit Nigeria, and she came with a delegation of business people, and they signed an agreement between the German African Business Association and the Nigerian Association of Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NASIMA. What can you tell us more about that?
Well, I think it's a very good development. Before now, there has been very good bilateral relationship and cooperation between the German government and the Nigerian government. We have the German agency here for international development. They have been working very closely with the private sector, especially in the area of building technical capacity, because Germany has a reputation of being technically very sound, especially at the level of the SMEs and the manufacturing sector. And this has helped to build the capacity of businesses, particularly small-scale manufacturers in Germany. So that is the model that is being replicated through this bilateral cooperation. So the whole idea is to scale up the technical capacity, technical competencies of the SMEs, particularly in production. And that will help to improve the productivity of the SMEs. So one of the areas in which this cooperation is taking place is to develop the capacity technically through vocational educational development, technical training, and all of that among SMEs. And I think it will bring a lot of value, not just to the private sector, not just to the SMEs, but also to the economy as well. Then there is also a lot of discussion around cooperation around automobile sector. Germany also has very high advantage competency in that area. And now, we have this auto policy. We have been struggling to develop the auto sector for some time, but we haven't made much progress.